Hello the Jessie Prepared Face, hello the Jessie Sugar, welcome back to my channel. This is Jessie as always. In this video, I'm going to be talking about why South Africa is so peculiar, why people keep talking about South Africa. People go to South Africa either for health issues or for holidays, for tourism, for education, for work, and for other purposes. In this video, I'm also going to be talking about what Africans think about South Africa. I have met a couple of South Africans here, and I noticed that whenever they meet themselves, whether they know themselves or they are meeting for the first time, the moment they identify themselves as South Africans, they'll have a long conversation even without knowing each other. South Africans are welcoming. South Africa, as we all know, was colonized by Britain. South Africans are very generous, contrary to what people think about them or what people believe. South Africa is a diverse country and tolerant with each other. South Africans, we know, can be very rude on the internet, but they are opposites in real life. South Africa was colonized in the 1652, but it was used mostly as a pit stop for the Europeans when they traveled until the Dutch decided to settle. A lot of blood was shed protecting the country from Great Britain, and the Zulu War, known as the Anglo-Zulu War, was established to fight what is known as the apartheid. I'm going to take you back to the history of South Africa. South Africa suffered what is known as apartheid. It was a system of legislation that upheld segregation of policies against non-citizens of South Africa. There are a lot of documentaries about it you can read online. This apartheid happened in 1948. Under the apartheid, the non-white South Africans, which had the majority of the population, were forced to live in a separate areas from the whites. They used separate public facilities. Contact between the two groups, the white and the black South Africans, was limited. Despite the strong and constant opposition to apartheid within and outside of South Africa, its laws remained in effect for the better part of 50 years. So the law was in effect for about 50 years. Not until 1991, the President F.W. Clark began to rebel against most of the legislation that provided the basis for the apartheid. One beautiful thing about South Africa is despite the challenges, the faults, despite the killings, the blood that we shed, it is hardly for you to see a South African leave its own country doing the apartheid. And for me, I doubt if they didn't leave when they had 1 million reasons, strong reasons to leave, then I doubt if there will ever be a reason to make them leave. South Africans are also not in haste to migrate, just like we West Africans do. I know I'm talking to myself. As a Nigerian, I can boldly say that we are all over the place. There is no country you are not going to find a Nigerian. And any country you go, you can't find a Nigerian. Please go. That country is not safe. Just go. Go. That is my advice. We are always looking for ways to jackpot, for ways to migrate to a place we feel it is better. Growing up, I'm going to say that I never saw any South Africa in the states where I grew up in Nigeria. It is possible they were in the bigger states like Lagos, Abuja, Kano. I am not in any way making this video to say that South Africa is better or South Africans are better. But the country is really good. When it comes to anything that has to do with Africa, we know South Africa is always far ahead of all of us. South Africa is doing well. I admire them, and I'm looking forward to the day where I will visit the land. South Africans are always not in the haste to leave their country, and that is because the system is working there. Of a truth, these days, when you apply for visa in South Africa, what you are going to see is denied. Whether you're applying to go to school, applying to go to work, tourism, visiting, whatever, the rate of denial is becoming so much. And if you look at it, you are not going to blame them. South Africans believe that running away from your country is not the best, that if you run away, who are those who are going to fix the country for you? That whatever the challenges your country is going through, you stay put and fix it. Nobody will do it. Fix the damn thing. So that is the belief of an average South African. South Africans will tell you they're not even ready for anyone to come to destroy their country. And I know for sure, for a country to survive, migration and immigration must take place. And I think there's no people in the world who are so glued into believing in dying on their country like South Africans. One amazing thing about South Africans you should know is the fact that they always will stand up for bad leadership. South Africans is not going to sugarcoat anything for you. They are not going to see something that is blue and tell you it is white. They are not going to see something that is black and tell you it is purple. They are going to stand up and tell you this we do not want. This do not go well with us. In addition to what I have said, South Africans don't think South Africa is not in Africa. Contrary to what people say, their name has Africa in it. This idea comes from the other African countries. I know some Nigerians refer to South Africa as United States of Africa. Before we go further, I want you to know that South Africans do not hate other Africans. This mentality that other Africans hold against South Africans is completely inaccurate and wrong. An important aspect that often gets neglected is South Africans' organized demographic system and history of being closed off to the world. The majority of South Africans, particularly the elders, are just not used to outsiders. For a very long time, South Africans' borders were closed off to the rest of the world. This created the kind of all South African homogeneity and demographic organization that exists now. Foreigners are seen to be changing that, which is viewed negatively by many South Africans. I will want to end this video with the following points. South Africans are not at war with anyone. 2. They are not throwing their weight all over the continent, pushing their agenda on other countries. 3. They abolished apartheid and are generally a peaceful people. 4. They are over there pretty much minding their own business, navigating the daily struggles unique to their society and government. 5th, their country is beautiful, their culture rich, their country, though disturbing to some point, but powerful. I see no reason for any country to dislike South Africa. Hello, the Jesse Pace, or the Jesse Sugar. Jesse Pace. Jesse Sugars. Oh, Sugars. Thank you so much for watching. If you have stayed up to this point, please consider subscribing, leave a comment, leave your opinion on what you think about South Africa or what South Africans like